He in that candy thing without the swing. He in that candy thing without the swing, man. Hold up. Hey, man. Yeah, man. Yeah, man. We got a little bit straightening going on. You feel me? Yes, sir. Yes, sir, nephew. Hey, man. That's how we rock. Put that in the back. Hold on.
Got that big old boxer back there.
Hey man,
got that heavyweight back there.
Don't think we playing.
Thank you, man.
Don't think we playing, man. Hey man, we got a little bit of straightening going on. Yeah, the biggest. I see nephew in the back seat back there. Okay.
Yeah, we sliding through the town, man. Sliding through the town.
Now we get down.
Got the birthday boy with me.
Yeah, also.
Yeah, we on the 5th. Yeah, the 5th ward. Like this motherfucker now. I got one for you now.
Hey, real tone, there's some real money in the room.
Hey, man, say, man, you already know what I'm about to say, man. It's the most hated blogger in Texas, Real Tune TV. Back to you with another Real Tune TV exclusive. Unfortunately, we come to you reporting the news of Takeoff's murder in Houston, Texas. Yes, Takeoff of the Migos was reportedly shot and killed after a dice game gone wrong. Now, there are several things that I want to get into before we actually get into what actually took place between the Migos and the alleged shooters. Now, you got to understand that when rappers go to California, that they know that they're in the red zone. They know that they need to move right. They need to check in, or there may be another Pop Smoke situation. There may be another PNB Rock situation. The list in California is long. There can be a Sauce Walker situation. Okay? If you're a rapper and you wear a lot of jewelry, you are a target. I don't care where you are. That's not just true for California. That's true for any city within the United States. Hell, anywhere around the world. It just so happens that in California, that's their game. That's their get down. Extortion, robbery, cheap dope. That's how they make their money. Well, Houston, let me tell you, is not the safest city. They have a saying out here called "Don't mess with Texas." And that's for a reason. Houston is one of the most, if not the most dangerous cities in Texas. That's the city that Quavo and Takeoff found themselves in, having a great time. See, there's an illusion in Houston that will make you think that Houston is not a deadly city. The illusion is that everybody is getting money. You see, everybody is getting money. There's a lot of money floating around. So you may have murderous killers hanging around with rich rappers. Why is that? It's because the street niggas look like you. It's niggas who are particularly street niggas who might have 4-5 chains on, 4-5 rings on, 4-5 bracelets, and be a killer, and be a pimp, and be a drug dealer. They're not rappers. And so a lot of times rappers come out here and get around these people and enjoy themselves, not realizing the situation or the turmoil or the danger that they're actually in. Now, let's just talk about it, right? This time last year, just a month ago, we saw a murder with an artist who was recently signed to Kodak Black. I believe her name was Lotta Cash Desto. Well, what happened to Lotta Cash Desto is that her car got flipped. Her and her girlfriend get killed because somebody pulled a drive-by on her car. Meaning that it doesn't matter where you are. If there's money on your head and somebody's willing to collect, you in danger. Especially in Houston, Texas. Now, the situation that occurred with Quavo and Takeoff is very peculiar. The reason it's peculiar is because they did everything right. They checked in. So there's two groups that you check in with when you come to Houston. Two main groups, right? There's a few more, but for the most part, as an artist, there's two main groups that people usually check in with. You check in with TSF, Sauce Walka, the Sauce Talker, the KID, the DID, the kid that did Mr. Albert Mondane Walker, right? You check in with TSF, you let them know you here, and you thug with them. They're going to have you fully protected, all things TSF gear. Now, we know that Sauce has had his particular run-ins outside of the city of Houston. But in the city of Houston, he's like a god. I can't lie. This is coming from Real Tune TV himself. Okay, he's pulling up in 10, 12, 13 cars. You know, he has niggas around him who he's known his whole life and who's also certified to deal with particular situations, right? So you may not have security being around Sauce Walka, but you have security being around Sauce Walka. You know that you're secure. The other group is Rap-A-Lot or Mob Ties. Well, so let's talk about Rap-A-Lot and Mob Ties for a second. Similar to Sauce Walka, they have ties in the streets, okay? So Sauce Walka hails from the south side. Rap-A-Lot hails from the north side. The north side, particularly 5th Ward, is one of the most notorious hoods in Houston and the most dangerous hoods in Houston. Jay Prince said that Denzel Washington stayed at his grandmother's house in the 5th Ward. So it's no secret that Rap-A-Lot still moves around in the hood. And I can tell you, quite frankly, they're one of the most respected families in the streets and the entertainment industry in Texas throughout. As a matter of fact, they're not just one of the most respected families, the most notorious families in Texas, but in the world. It's said that Jay Prince himself had a sit down with both Puffy and Suge trying to stop the beef between Biggie and Pac. We can continue going on about how Jay Prince is the boogeyman, how he finessed Irv Gotti out of millions. We can go on for days. But I think that point is already clear and that pen doesn't have to get pressed, right? But we also should note that when YB got robbed in the city of Houston, Jay Prince was the one who got his stuff back. When Steve Francis got robbed at a Sauce Walka concert, Jay Prince was the one who got his stuff back. Unfortunately, when a life is taken, that's something that you can't get back. Now, you see in some of the last videos before Takeoff was killed that they were with Jazz Prince. So the way it typically works is Rap-A-Lot is a big family, okay? So you don't have to be cool with Jazz Prince, who signed Drake. You could be cool with Junior, who signed Finesse 2 times, okay? You could be cool with Jay Prince, who managed Floyd Mayweather. You could be cool with Mike Prince, another Prince. There's a lot of Princes, and they all have power and pull of their own accord. And then they also have the power and backing of the family as well as the Rap-A-Lot mafia. Unfortunately, there was reported to me that there was a dice game gone wrong. So there was no foul play on the part of Rap-A-Lot, who has plenty of artists in and check in when they get here. T Grizzly, Sada Baby. All of these artists are coming down here. Kevin Gates, Tory Lanez. When these artists come down here and they check in with Rap-A-Lot, they have no issues. Takeoff, who is the youngest Migo, comes down here, and apparently, as it was reported to me, there was a dice game and a shooting occurred where people were running, trying to pick up money, and Takeoff happened to get hit. Okay? Here's one of those situations. See, Lil Boosie was accused of having something to do with the murder of the jeweler who was killed after the dice game in which he was around. The fact of the matter is that people don't understand how volatile dice games are, how bad a dice game can go in a matter of seconds. So you have a bunch of people with a bunch of money gambling it at high risk, probably shooting $100 bets. This is Houston now, big money going around. $100 bets. You got street niggas, killers, Bloods, Crips, shooting dice. And then you have a rapper around. When some things occur, a lot of times rappers don't know how to move. I'm not suggesting that Takeoff didn't know how to move. What I am suggesting is that rappers should not be around a dice game. You see people like Lil Baby around dice games all the time because that is the environment that he grew up in. That is the environment that he's from. But better believe that Lil Baby knows the consequences. He knows the risk that he's putting himself in. See, dice games aren't the most high risk because it's a gamble. It's good gamble. And it usually involves people with money. But it involves street niggas. And when you're in the streets, there's two things you can expect. And that's prison or death. And so as a rapper doing street shit, there's two things that you can expect. Not guaranteed because you're still a rapper. You get to go back and be a rapper. But you have to make it through that part. Unfortunately, young rich nigga Takeoff didn't make it to that part. The Rap-A-Lot family hasn't made a formal statement about the situation. We will keep you updated. But as I said, doesn't look like any foul play from them. It's a wrong place, wrong time. Dude was around a dice game. It happens. Now, let's look at the video a little closer. You can see a man with a red shirt. That's Quavo. We have another picture of Quavo where he's throwing up mob ties, which is the two fingers crossed in a red shirt. That's how you know that that's Quavo in the red shirt. Then you see the video or the picture of Takeoff. Man, it's so sad. My prayers go out to Quavo. My prayers go out to Takeoff's family. My playoff goes out to Offset, who's the other Migo that they are not cool right now. But even though they're not cool, I'm sure he didn't want that to happen. That may be what it takes to actually bring Offset and Quavo together. Takeoff was the quiet one. Takeoff was the one who was out the way. That wasn't meant for Takeoff. Whatever occurred was not meant for Takeoff. Prayers to the Prince family. Prayers to everybody involved in the situation, man. Y'all be blessed, man. Real Tune TV. Like, comment, subscribe. Let me know what y'all think. I'm out.